Charge! The pounding hooves of the horses, the screams and war cries deafen out the clanking of steel weapons and armor as the enemy forces assail the city. Quickly the gatekeeper sounds the alarm and the gate slams shut. I present the opening scene and storyline to nearly any medieval story I've ever heard. Regardless of the protagonist or antagonist, the story, situation, or timeline, there's always a gate and somebody closing them. The gatekeeper is the first line of defense. That's great, you say. What's that have to do with today? We don't have walls or gates. Gatekeepers are everywhere. They're sprinkled throughout our lives. What is a gatekeeper, you ask? Merriam-Webster defines a gatekeeper as one that tends or guards a gate, a person who controls access. A gatekeeper is one who tends a gate or controls access. They are all over the world we live in today, in hospitals, federal buildings, and airports, and ferry terminals. They are at border crossings. That's just the ones we see. There are informational gatekeepers, media gatekeepers, and marketing gatekeepers. The reason you chose a Chevy over a Ford or Kraft mac and cheese over Great Value is because a gatekeeper did or did not allow the information to make decisions reach you. Gatekeepers are just as important in this day and age as ever, whether it's at the airport or online, keeping our digital identity protected. The Department of Homeland Security and Border Patrol work around the clock to keep our nation secure. Everywhere we turn, gatekeepers are hard at work keeping our physical selves and assets protected. In biblical times, the gatekeepers controlled access to the city, markets, merchants. They controlled the flow of food and water in and out of the city, as well as information. The gatekeeper chose what got into the city, good or bad, and it all fell on them. Today, those responsibilities fall on many different people, many of which we will never see or even meet. We know Border Patrol has the country. We know our local police keep the city. We know ADT or Brinks or one of 50 other security companies watches your home. But what about your spiritual man? What about your heart? What about our hearts? Who's the gatekeeper of our hearts? You are. You control the flow of information in and out. You control the nourishment, physically and spiritually, that you get. You control what you hear and what you see. You control your actions and reactions. You're in control of what gets in and what doesn't. You are the gatekeeper of your heart. But Ephesians 6:11 tells us, be sure to put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Get ready. Stand tall. You are the gatekeeper. Remember, Jesus loves you, and I do too. God bless.